Why isn't there any sound? Now can you hear me? Hello? 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 Now? It looks like there's sound now. It looks like there's sound now. Hello? 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 No sound. Hello? Yeah, there's sound. Hilarious. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, so that's good because here's what happened. While I was talking with no sound, I said the soul man's name 2 times and made a joke that it was revealed here on this YouTube meditation. Because for some reason I kept saying his name instead of soul man. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's not like a lot of people don't know who his name is, what his name is. And what I was talking about was, I'm assuming you can hear me still. What I was talking about was the current pandemic, which, everybody's talking about that, and all the strange things that are happening. And in my life, there's a spider like this big that has decided to come and live on our window outside. Thank God, outside. And it's really big. It's a huge spider, and it's made a nest on our windows outside. And the reason on our windows, like, I just want to show you how big the window is. Like, not this one, but it's the same. Like, hold on. Can I turn it this way? Hold on. Hold on. I know we're going to meditate, I promise, but I just got to show you this. See this window right here? This size. It's like this whole the web is like this big thing here. And so it comes down every morning and it hangs out in its web, and then it's gone for most of the day, and then it comes back at night for a little while, and then I don't know, I'm assuming it must go back to wherever it goes at the top of its web. But it's in the top part of the window, it's outside, and I'm on the 5th floor. Like, so first of all, where'd this thing come from? And second of all, this morning it's almost done. It ate this giant bug. It was crazy. I took a picture of it. I think I'm gonna call it Charlotte just because you gotta call it Charlotte. Like, why not? And I'm not really a big fan of these big things. I have a friend who's totally arachnophobic and she calls them S words. Like, she can't even say the word. Um, so she doesn't watch my meditation, or I would never talk about this on it. Anyway, this giant spider hanging out. I'm kind of getting a little bit of attached to it. I'm gonna be sad when it goes because it's gonna go. But the point of this story is that I've noticed this little attachment, and I also have noticed this part of me that's like, well, it's gonna go, like it's gonna be gone because spiders don't live forever. No matter what Charlotte's Web, like, well, we did learn that in Charlotte's Web, but anyway, um, the point is, I was reading an article about how we're all feeling, and we are all feeling the feels, and one of the things that we are all living with right now is something that the people who term these things refer to as ambiguous loss. So we've all felt loss, right, of certain kinds, and we can experience that loss, and it's usually attached to something because we are attached to something, right, or someone, right? Or we even have things that we are attached to that we don't realize. Yeah. So, like, you might not realize how attached you are to your coffee or to the cup that the coffee comes in, right? And then the coffee is taken out of your life because somebody says, stop drinking so much coffee, or you drop the cup of coffee and the cup breaks. And you're like, oh, I really like that cup. And that's attachment, right? That's the loss and the attachment and the loss to the attachment. Ambiguous loss is when you, and I'm sure you already understand this, I'm not telling you something you don't understand, but ambiguous loss is the loss of something that you really can't put your finger on, right? And we're kind of all going through that. This loss of a lifestyle, loss of uh, a lot of intangibles, right? And having to navigate that, right? At least understanding that that might be what we're experiencing, right? And then learning to navigate that are great tools to help increase your capacity to bounce back, whether it's over a long term of ambiguous loss or a quick um, a loss of a tangible item, right? So I guess what I'm saying is we're all going to be all right. This is one of the things that we're dealing with right now. And one of the things that helps us to deal with loss and to sort of come back to our foundation or to the knowledge of that foundation is meditation. And so we're going to get right into that. I apologize for rambling on so much this morning. It's like a solid 10-minute ramble about spiders and ambiguous loss. There's one other thing that came up to me while I was meditating that I wanted to talk to you about, but maybe I'll save it for next week. So, to navigate the waters that are so turbulent and sometimes completely calm, and in these times, that calm water, you're like, where's the storm? Because I know it's coming. Um, to navigate these waters, the calm in between, so you can enjoy the calm in between the storms and then weather another storm. We meditate, and we need to meditate in order to find that compass, right? That helps us to steer the ship in the right direction, our ship, and that direction of steadiness and stability, right? And that's inside of us, and we access that through meditation. In our meditation practice, I often talk to you guys about this central channel, the central line of energy, and we tap into that central line of energy, and it is very subtle. Once you start to tap into it, you get a pretty good uh, connection to it, reconnection to it, I should say. But it is something that, as a biologist, I know is there from the history of our development because I've seen uh, pictures of embryonic development of the changes in little balls of cells that become polarized to have axes of anterior and posterior and excuse me, top and bottom and left and right. And so um, that sort of initial axis, right, that was set up when you were a wee little dot of an embryo in a ball of cells, um, a glob of cells, um, that that establishment of your axes, that line that began then, is still there's still remnants of it there, and that's what we tap into. It's our internal compass. So when we talk about breathing in and out and feeling that line, I'd like you to take your hand to the top of your head, sit up nice and tall, and drop down into your seat, right? This line, this plumb line, it's right in the center. Yeah, it's one of 72,000 different lines, but it's a major noddy. So sit up nice and tall. I'm not mirroring you this morning. Let your left hand rest in your lap however you like. Take your right hand to the top crown of your head, close your eyes, and sit up nice and tall, almost as if you're pressing your skull, the top of your head, into the palm of your hand. And see if you can, while you're doing that, relax that lifted arm, the shoulder, the right shoulder. With your eyes closed, let's bring a little bit of an ujjayi breath in. And with that Ujjayi breath, see if you can also make it pretty circular. It's okay if your exhale is longer than your inhale. Keep the breath smooth and light Ujjayi. And keep pressing the top crown of your head into the palm of your hand. Just one more round of breath like that, where you've got your hand on the top of your head. You're breathing in, nice and slow Ujjayi breath. And on the exhale, this will be your last with the hand on top. Please keep your eyes closed, and now lower your right hand down into your lap or your thigh or your knee. And take another round of Ujjayi breath. At the bottom of this exhale, relax your throat. And feel the residual touch of your hand at the top crown of your head. Throat is completely open and relaxed. And you've released control over your breath. Focus your awareness at the top crown of your head. And feel as if you're having a light drawn up from your pelvic floor through your center to the top crown of your head. Connected the line from the pelvic floor through your center to the top crown of your head. Each time you happen to breathe in, just allow that sensation to come from the pelvic floor up through your center to top crown of your head. And when you happen to breathe out, just let the light, the energy just lift up and shower around you. Your breath is so subtle. You feel that connection from your root through your center to the top crown of your head. And you almost feel a pulsation. The whole torso in its center. Awareness and energy collected at that central channel. The skin of your forehead is relaxed. Your breath sometimes seems to have ceased. Just reside in the central channel. Feel the pulsation, the beat of you. Effortlessly seated, at ease, in your center. Maybe naturally your awareness starts to move to the midbrain area. In the top crown of your head, a tingling sensation there and maybe at the center of your forehead. Of course, you can stay here as long as you like. Find that it's time for you to move into your day. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest, bowing your head. And without rubbing them, bring your palms directly over your eyes. Just take the hands right over the eyes. And then really important this morning, take the right hand just below the navel, above the pubic bone. Left hand envelops it. That right hand's in a bit of a fist, and you lean forward and press back. And once you've tilted forward, open your eyes to focus on a point on the floor. Stay with that point for just another second or two. And then sit back up and lift your gaze into your space. Rooted down. Energy back down, because we lifted it up and filled that central channel. Your heart is open and your head is out of the way so that you can have a super fantastic day. And if you ever want to tap into that and you're having trouble with it, like maybe the Hamsa Kriya is not working for you, take that few Ujjayi breaths and just feel that line, right? It's kind of gives you that access to that plumb line in our center, right? From the top crown of head to your root. Have a wonderful day. If I don't see you at 7:35 for moves, I'll see you somewhere else soon on the internet. Take care. Bye-bye.